So it is work from home day today. Yeah, so with the pandemic kicking in, it seemed like everybody was working from home. At least like that's what I kept hearing on the radio. You know, like, well, now that we're all working from home, things are so different. Okay, so why am I driving? Well, I'm gonna drive around to the back of our property where I've got some trees to take care of. Alright, so that was a nice short commute. Let's check out tree number 1. Spruce, some white pines. You can see the white pines kind of go back. We got like a little row going on. The white pines on the left and the spruces on the right. But this guy up here is totally dead. So having a good look at it, I think what I'll do is strip it quite a bit and then drop it through this gap. I feel like if I drop it as is, I'm just gonna get too much collateral damage. All right, before we get to chopping on this first tree, let me just show you my loadout for the job. We got the brain bucket, a couple of lanyards, saddle and harness, and just a very few things on there. A little handsaw, not much. I'm gonna run with my little mini Echo. That's a 2511T. I love that guy. Spikes from 1812, a secondary line, which I will use as my lifeline, and we might tug the tree over with this guy in the end. Then we got an axe and some wedges and some camera stuff. Now this working from home thing does make me think just like a little bit about some of the differences, you know, like if you're working on your own stuff versus somebody else's end. And one thing is right here. Now basically at the base of this tree, I've got all kinds of other scrub and stuff coming up, but I kind of want that in the long run. I'm gonna take this guy out and I'm hoping this little immature redbud is going to mature in this spot. Now I don't know about that, but I'm just a little bit more tolerant of the scrub and the scruffs, bushes and stuff laying here, but I kind of like it that way. I'm gonna leave it here because once this tree's gone, I don't want this area like totally denuded. There's something just slightly different about taking out your own tree, you know? It's like spiking on this thing, I just feel kind of bad, you know? It's like a tree I've long wanted to save. And I'm just not at all worried about the stuff down below us in terms of stuff falling on it. It's all honeysuckle. I was gonna nuke the honeysuckle, but it's kind of provides some nice coverage for our backyard and stuff. So we're gonna keep the honeysuckle. I'm just dropping everything on top of it and then I'll just pull it away. And like I might have said before, my plan here is to just kind of strip this down so I can drop it in this little gap right here. If I didn't do that, man, all these branches would trash my maple and my good looking white pine over here. Oh, look at that. All right, so I was kind of wondering about this tree. It looked like it had a damage event right up here too. So you can see like the center stem broke off or was cut or wind damage or something. Then it shot up a stringer. So that's the kind of one I probably wouldn't climb, that secondary stem. I mean, I climbed one the other day, but you know, right now I wouldn't climb it. So I'll probably just strip most of this that I can reach before dropping it. And this long arm of the law over here is actually my maple. So my maple's back over here and it's kind of reaching over. I think I'm gonna shorten it just a little bit since it's looking a little ragged out here at the end. All right, so what do you think? I could leave this top and fit it through the gap, or I could flop it down in here. Oh, I think I'm gonna flop it. I think it's gonna be tidier and have less wind on it when it comes down if I flop it right here. So I'm gonna give it a little flop down in here. Is that gonna work? Yeah, I think that's gonna work. I'll tip it. Try to tip it in the hole. All right, next step, I got my line up there and I'm gonna run it out to the truck. Not because I'm gonna necessarily like pull it over, but I just wanna put a safety on it. If the tree were to go that way, that's our house. That was just a little bit off, you know. I was kind of hoping for another 1.5 foot this way, get a little cleaner drop. All right, on work from home day, that's tree number 1. There's no cleanup today. It's just cutting and having fun. So let's move on to the next thing. right, next on tap, we had a wicked ice storm a couple weeks ago, and we've got a really nice stand of 3 white pines over here. And these are the oldest, most mature ones on our spread. And this guy's doing great. This guy's doing pretty good. And this guy's always getting hit by the storm damage. So you can see it's all kind of stumped out over here. It lost a bunch of limbs. We got them piled over there. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Yeah, so Stubbsville, this guy, this dude, these 2, 3, and maybe one more up top. And then over here, this poor thing, another white pine that was busted off halfway up. It's sprouting a leader up top, so it's doing okay, but you know, it's got that big fat growth thing going on up top, kind of oversized since it was topped. And one of those big ones, one of those big old limbs, has like a twisted snap in it, so it's either going to get excised at the twist or all the way back at the trunk. All right, the leaners are up here by the barn. The first one is really obvious. It's this big old swooper right here, and then the other one's right over by the corner of the barn. And you can see I've got a Superman going on, tied off over here and then back across. That way I have a chance of saving my fence. Now, the fence is not the most beautiful fence, but it's my fence. I kind of like it, and we'll see if we can avoid killing it. So, you know, the tree wants to come down this way, and I'm notching it and roping it to get it to go that way just a bit. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, that was so nice. All right, the beautiful fence survives. One of our barn cats. We got them when they were just totally feral, like wouldn't even come near you, hissing and stuff. Now he's just like the biggest baby. Isn't that right, Sylvie? I'm gonna take out your tree, Sylvie. All right, well, that concludes my work from home day. Got a few things done around here. I guess I should probably mention that this isn't really like a how-to video. You know, it's not like a step-by-step, this is how you do it, follow my instructions. It's more like just a story of how I did it on a stay-at-home day. All right, thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you in the next project.